A medical discovery made right here in Canada could someday lead to new food freedom for millions of Canadians. A research team at McMaster University has discovered a new cell that could help find a cure for allergies. The memory B cell, or MBC2, warns the body about allergens, leading to your bodily reaction. That's according to the study. So the team says that by studying and targeting the MBC2, pharmaceutical companies could revolutionize allergy treatments. Joining us with more on this discovery is Josh Koenig. He is the associate professor at McMaster University and co-lead of this study. Welcome to Your Morning.
Thanks very much for having me.
Listen, this is exciting news for the millions of allergy sufferers in this country alone. First of all, how did you and the rest of this team go about discovering this cell?
So us at the Schroeder Allergy and Immunology Institute have been thinking about allergic memory for about 15 years now. We try to figure out how people stay allergic over time. And so what our colleagues, our equal partners at ALK Allo, a company in Denmark, they were looking at B cells, and we had a way to look at every single B cell that we could get out of a patient's blood, and we used powerful computers to basically group these cells into bins. And what we ultimately found was a bin that, to us, looked very allergic and hadn't been described before.
Interesting. So how does this discovery and your study help treat or maybe even eliminate allergies?
So now we know exactly what it is that we're targeting. We know that this cell either needs to be killed or it needs to be shifted in some way, convinced to not be so allergic. And we know that many of our colleagues in industry are moving therapies that they think could work into clinical trials. And if those succeed, then therapy may come out to market.
I want to talk about just food allergies for a moment. Roughly 3 million Canadians we know have at least one food allergy. The study is about 10 years old, but the survey from the Canadian Institute for Health Information found that more than 85,000 people head to the emergency room because of allergic reactions every year, and that's just in 2 provinces, Ontario and Alberta. So then what treatments are offered right now for people with allergies, and how could your research change the game?
So currently, the clinical recommendation is strict allergen avoidance. Just don't come in contact with your allergen because you could react. In the United States, and increasingly in Canada, they're testing a therapy called oral immunotherapy.
Yes.
But really, this isn't much of a solution because people who stop that therapy tend to become allergic again. So now that we know exactly what it is that we're targeting, the cell that we need to go after, we can figure out, what are the rules for it becoming, the type of cell that makes us allergic, and where are the points that we could intervene in there. And that's where new therapies could come out.
Whenever people are part of a study like this on the research end of it, and in particular in the role that you have, I'm always curious about why they wanted to study this. Do you have a story that attaches you to this?
Yeah, so I was at the child health specialization in the Bachelor of Health Science program here at McMaster, and children's health was a big problem, this food allergy is a big problem in children's health.
Yeah.
And so I became an immunologist, and I started to get interested in that, and I saw that this was an area with a lot of unmet need. We didn't know very much about how it works, and I suppose I wanted the challenge of going after something that, we didn't really know very much about. And I think in part that's because, the funding for allergy research is historically not at the same place as many other diseases. And that's something that I hope can change.
And then how do you hope people will use this research?
Yeah, this is a fantastic question. I think that there's 2 things. One, I think that, us and others will be going after the allergy problem and trying to come up with solutions. But I'm also hearing from my colleagues in different fields that they're starting to find a role for this cell in a couple other diseases. I can't really talk about it because they're not ready to share just yet. But, I think that this is going to have a wider impact than, just allergy alone. But the impact for allergy will be huge.
Hey, Josh, great to meet you. Thanks for coming on the show. Congratulations to you and your team.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.